Greetings, I am Rising Phoenix Aurora. It's such an honor to be here with you today. I haven't channeled Mother Mary for a long time, y'all. Like officially like this, I think it's been since I really started my career about 7 years ago. So it is such an honor to be here with you channeling Mother Mary. And yeah, perfect song for this. So thank you. I am known as an oracle, a spiritual revolutionist. I am the founder of A.U.R.A, Hypnosis, Entity Removal, Past Life Regression, and many other courses, as well as the founder to Rising Phoenix Mystery School Wellness Center that you see right behind me. Come sign up to the courses and the sessions that we have going on. In case you are new to us, make sure you subscribe and hit like, and all of you write your comments now, your questions now. We are waiting for Gina. Her internet went down, so I'm sure she'll be here shortly. And we also have another practitioner watching chat, so yes, write your questions there, you all. This is so big, so beautiful. Mother Mary's love is felt everywhere, right? And she is loved by all. Unless you're an Archon or AI or a dark entity. I mean, but even then, I mean, how could these entities not love her? You gotta love her. I mean, she's mother creation embodied here on earth. So what an honor to be talking for her today in such an important day. Today is 12/12 portal 21. Where am I? 21. Back in 21. I'm at 12/12/25. And wow. You all, I didn't realize that in the Latin America, especially in Mexico, that today is actually La Virgen de Guadalupe. La Guadalupana, La Guadalupana, La Guadalupana. That's all I know. But yes, and so 12/12 Portal is actually the day that the Hispanics, Mexicans celebrate down in the biblical cord of the Mexico, right? Or the biblical cord of the mother dragon to the baby dragon, South America. I'm going to reference you to several videos. Watch Antarctica, Tartaria series. And then specifically though, to continue to watch this video, I do recommend you go back and watch this, because this is a continuance to a series that we have going on within the Antarctica, Tartaria series. So number one, you want to watch Yeshua Just Walked the Earth, and then channeling Grandmother Anna. If you want to get even deeper, you could also watch, I mean the whole series, but it's a lot of episodes, like 90 episodes, right? And then besides that, you can watch World Erase Part 1 and Part 2, because Mother Mary, we are going, you all. 133 years missing, we are going. So those maps start talking about that, like the African maps, what's going on. There wasn't a Sahara desert before. What happened there, right? So I'll do a quick summary very quickly, because we want to focus on new content today. Yeah, such an honor, you all. Go to risingphoenixaurora.com and my website, Rising Phoenix Mystery School, which is found at AuroRaPractitioners.com. Also to find practitioners all over the world, and to sign up to any of my memberships. These memberships that I'm mentioning, you'll find there under AuroRaPractitioners.com. And a couple more things. I am my own founder, so thank you for being here for my infomercials. I am hosting a first grand opening Rising Phoenix Mystery School retreat here in Chicago at the Heart of the Dragon, Mother Dragon, and you're going to be trained here with A.U.R.A Hypnosis and Raw Reiki. So I'd love to see you then, and that's going to be January 12th for 5 days with me. We're going to have just like such an incredible time. There are 70,000 acres of beautiful forests right next to my house, Forest Preserve. So yeah, love to see you there. And otherwise, I host these workshops online too, so I'll be hosting it. It's going to be both online and in person, so it's going to be our first time trying that out. and that'll be January 12th. After that, then we'll be back again hosting more retreats in May and in September. So January, May, and September. Love to meet you. Come have some tea. We'll still feed you vegan food for breakfast and lunch. And yeah, such incredibleness. I don't see Gina yet, but it's okay. I'll continue going while we wait for Gina. Okay, and let's see, what do we have going on here? So we got that, we got that. You guys could hear me and see me good. Yeah, it looks all really good. Okay, sweet. Okay, this is a big one, you all. So let's get started. Going into this, okay, we discovered, right? We've been talking about it forever, like since I began channeling Yeshua, 6 to 8 years ago. And I felt that I said, it doesn't feel like he's been gone as long as or that he was here, yeah, or gone, or, came and left and ascended out. As long as they claim it is, right? They claim it's like, 2,000 years, something like that. But it really feels like he just walked the earth. And that's where we reference you to that video. Yeshua just walked the earth, where we found the data, and we have a whole video on that, going deep into that, okay? So then also, as we discovered the maps, which I'll show you briefly. Those maps told us that there was 133 years that he was walking the earth, because the data says it. And I mean, we already knew it in our hearts. It feels like, otherwise everyone wouldn't be so like profoundly still in love with him, right? If he didn't just walk the earth. Well, maybe we would be still, but so those 133 years, what was he up to? What did he do, you all? We're about to discover that. And who better to announce and to begin this series of the sacredness that he did on earth than his mother, Divine Mother, Mother Mary. Now, we channeled, I didn't realize it was that long, you all. It took us that long. 7 months ago, Grandmother Anna, his grandmother, Yeshua's grandmother, and she told us that we were going to begin the series of those 133 years missing. What was it? What is it that he did on earth? What did he really do on earth that has been erased, right? I mean, we're going to go into the series as well. I actually have also found the Bible, the original Bible, before, what was removed out of it that we know has been falsified. So I'd be interested in seeing the true meaning to it. Yeah. And going through and understanding that the way that also has been translated the Bible from, say, Hebrew to English or whatever language, it has been distorted and the meanings have been completely changed. So something to think about. So we'll be going in on that. How you doing, Gina? You good? And then got that. There was somewhere either. Oh, there was someone had posted. Oh, let me show you really quick. Actually, what I'm speaking about. It was on my Telegram. I wonder if I saved images. Okay. I'll have to look through my Telegram and I'll find it in a minute. Or Gina, when you can come back on. Or the practitioner who's assisting us, if you can find the Telegram link and add it to the doc, I'll load it. There was a recent post on there that they were showing, like, what really the Bible verses actually meant. Okay, so yeah, we'll prepare that. Beautiful. All right, so let's go into this. So let's just paint the picture so that when I am channeling Mother Mary, you understand what I'm speaking about. Okay, so let's look here. Now I'll let you go watch those videos because we were there a couple hours speaking about this, right? But I'll show you really quick on these maps. So All right, here we go. So this is a map that we discovered after we channeled Yeshua walk the earth. If someone had posted it on one of the social medias. Now right here it says Terra. What does it say? Terra de Yeso, which means basically it says the name Lesos or Leso is the Greek form of the name Jesus, the land of Jesus and the sea of Jesus. See that here? So it looks like he was hanging out, having a good old time somewhere there near the North Pole. Look at that. So wait a minute, I thought there's no land there right now. Interesting. So it feels like something happened there. And perhaps he'll be discovering that for us, but just something to start thinking about it already. That this was his land, and it would make sense that it was directly connected to the North Pole and, the Garthians. For those of you who have been watching our extra sensitive content, remote viewing the North Pole, that'll be easier for you to understand. Remember this membership, I am currently channeling Adolf Hitler and what happened, really happened for World War II. And the truth is that after World War II, the whole entire school system, especially in America, was indoctrinated and completely changed all the history. And you're going to find out through that series, which has been incredible, you all, why. Again, I found the data, not just channeling, I have the data as well. So here's this map again. So what's going on here? There's more lands here that are restricted, right? The North Pole's restricted, Antarctica's restricted. Okay. And then we have the Pacific Ocean. What happened? Why are we stopping here? We know that the lands keep going in ocean water, and there's no better video to explain that than this video. I keep an eye on you all. I am excited that I have videos that are rolling out as this. So let's just look at that so we could understand how the waters are on Earth. It's a 2-minute video. It's so good. And then from there, I'm going to have my own separate channel for Rising Phoenix Mystery School Wellness Center that's going to be all about these videos. It's really cool. Like here's another one. Are we entrapped within a matrix simulation? This explains it in a minute 44. It's epic, y'all. Is the Earth flat or round? And then who is Yeshua Mother Mary? Okay, so I'm going to show you these. Start off with that. And I think we're waiting for Gina because she's the one going to be asking questions. Gina, just start talking if you come in and you're here. Okay, so listen to this. Welcome to Rising Phoenix Mystery School Wellness Center. I am AuroRa. Can the moon entrap you? And the answer to that is that she's made out of plasma. When we're watching her every day, we watch her build from a crescent, build, all the way to a full moon. Then we watch her from a full moon, build down into another crescent. Tell me what would, as a scientific point of view, would be able to build back and forth into a smaller and a bigger form. Only something that would be divinely, organically made out of plasma. You have plasma in your body, but are you able to do that? You're not. Which tells you that the moon is actually very benevolent and she's made out of celestial plasma light. And then we also need to understand that we are within a construct that is powered up by electrons. When you look at yourself, you are consisted of matter with electrons that give the energy, the plasma light, the electricity into every bit of your being. Every cell is made up of these different atoms. Earth, she needs also electrons to be a being, to be who she is, to give us the construct, the earth, the world that we are within. So the sun and the moon are factually Earth's electrons. So as the electrons are going around in circles or spirals or infinity symbols, they're powering up the electromagnetic energy through the electricity running back and forth, making a conduit of energy, both negative and positive charge, so that we could be within this construct. So now that you understand, 1, the moon is made out of plasma, 2, the sun and the moon are factually our electrons that power up our Earth, do you believe that she, Grandmother Moon, would be able to entrap your soul in here? And the answer should be no, because if you corrupt the sun and the moon, or say you corrupt the electrons that make up the matter within you, you wouldn't be able to be a stable organism, which means that Earth would self-destruct if the moon was inverted using souls like this, siphoning them. Now, are there technologies and machines and inverted matrices that keep your soul entrapped? Yes, there are technologies, and we'll make another video for that. Make sure you hit like and comments and let me know what questions you want me to answer for you. Thank you. And I am excited. Let me know, guys, in comments, in chat. How do you love that? Do you love that? I currently have a couple made and I'm going to keep working on them. So I hope you really love that. Okay, so that is a really good understanding too. How the moon is plasma. People are freaking out about it. But I mean, let's just think about this, guys. I mean, just like the video said, what would build and become bigger and smaller? Only plasma. And then she moves, and then one night she's like right here, right? And then the other night she's like super far, and you know, it's just like overnight. So that means that she is celestial and moving plasmically. And I channel Nikola Tesla, and I have to find the data, but he says that somewhere in his data that he talks about the sun and the moon, how there are the electrons of Earth. So I'll see when I can find that, which completely makes sense for those of you who are scientists and quantum physicists. You know that in order for electricity to be running, there has to be the electrons that power up and then create the friction, you know, back and forth magnetically. We won't go deeper into that, but yes, something that you guys need to know about now. So it's okay. Gina's still trying to figure it out, but that's okay. I needed to show some content here anyway, so it's fine. I'm not going into channel yet. So let's see. So let's look at these maps. Back to the maps I was showing you. Okay, so I'm excited. So about the Yeshua map, right? He's right there. Okay. Got tons of maps from our ancestors. Okay. So we saw that, right? So we'll go into that further when he starts channeling. He's going to explain to us what is up over here. Why is that? Right? Yeshua's land. So something that he really wants us to bring up in Mother Mary is that these lands, you see that these lands have been, we don't consent to it, but there is some kind of negative curse that has kept them bind since the Islamic Muslim regime that began from the Dark Aliens. And after the Philadelphia experiment, again, that's the extra sensitive series found on number AuroRaPractitioners.com and that tier. So that happened, and then all these here, these sacred lands, especially here surrounding the Mediterranean Sea, began to be taken over. And it happened directly after Yeshua ascending out from Earth. That's when the diabolical inverted plan began there. Again, so she wants to show you these maps so you remember when she's addressing them when we are in channel. Okay. And then, you know, we've spoken about this in the past. There's these 4 supposed religions that are all fighting for this area. Must be something very important here in the holy sites of Jerusalem, the Old City. Okay. You got the Muslim quarter, the Armenian quarter, the Jewish, and the Christian quarter. That, again, Yeshua and Mother Mary do not consent to. Don't consent to that being used, that sacred land to be used invertedly. Definitely, Goddess Don Unseen is here. Who is the real Virgen de Guadalupe? Even though 1500s, was it 15? Zen, message me. What year was that the Virgen de Guadalupe appeared in Mexico, the most visited ever location on Earth? Yeah, because she grants your miracles, and she's, you know, her cloth is the degrees of a human body, and she is not destruct. She is, what is the word? Undestructible. So yeah, so she is here with us, and they'll explain more about these different Mother Mary versions of different worlds. Okay, so here's Qumran and Qumra. show you the pictures because I realized as I was looking at the pictures recently that here's the village, right? So it turns out when I'm looking at this with my third eye, do you see this? These are some of all the caves that are here. And then these are where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found. And then, the Qumran's down here somewhere. But look at that, you all. Where is it here? Somewhere there. Anyway, so here are the caves. The caves up here. Okay. Look at this, you. This is a tree. The A.U.R.A is a giant tree. Look, right here, it's cut off. It's cut off and it goes up. Same formations that we see like in Sedona and all those giant trees there that petrified or are technically here energetically, but you can't see them because we're in the 3D. But in the 5D, they're crystalline. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. So the whole time they were living in the tree, of course they were, and the tree was protecting them and shielding the Essenes. Okay, so we're more into who they were. Grandmother Anna already did though, but yeah, we know that they were Atlantean descendants, okay? All right, beautiful. So then, how you doing, Gina? You back? You're here. Okay, go ahead and talk.
Doing a thing.
Can't hear you. Is it, wait, maybe it's me?
Can you hear me now?
Wait, let me see. Yeah, it's probably me. Hold on. Oh yeah, I think it's me. Hold on. Mic, speaker. Go ahead, talk.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, good. It's fixed. Okay. Okay, so what is happening here? So we know that basically they're going to explain it on the way, but there's some kind of war that happened. Because why did this all turn into Desert Sahara? And then you're going to want to watch World Erased Part 1 and Part 2 for that. Because we go into these lands, look at this. This is not the way the lands were. We're not going to go into it now because we've already done a video on that. But it used to be, look at this, a kingdom. I have a better visual of that. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, it was populated. And this is Genghis Khan up here in his little kind of kingdom. Okay, so it's 1504. What happened? And 1504, there is a kingdom. What happened, Yeshua? How come it's now a desert, Sahara Desert? So that tells you that there was a war. Okay, and you can watch that video again. All right, so a couple of things, just making sure you have the visuals again. What else? And that's it there. And then there's several maps that I have found, but I'm not going to go into them because I'll be there a long time, but I'll go into a couple, just a couple. Okay, 1531. Okay, so December 9, 1531 is when you want to watch the video of La Virgen de Guadalupe, which then goes into Goddess Don Unseen, and then our Mother Mary here from this world of the Americas. Because there's apparently Mother Marys, and she'll explain that more, all over, and that's why they come in like different, races and colors, and okay. Thank you. So in 1531 is when she appeared herself to, what's the same in San Jose? Jose Diego, and then he had the roses. She gave him the roses and gave him the cloth. I'll let you watch the video. Okay, but since then basically the Catholic Church came in and reformed and then changed it to the Virgin Mary, La Virgen de Guadalupe, but it's always been Goddess Don Nancy, La Santa Muerte, okay? Juan Diego, yeah. Okay, thank you. All right, and now Gina just dropped out. I'm sure she'll be back. Maybe she's like in and out of interdimensionally portals. So let me show you though what the maps that I want to show you very quick. But we've already covered these. So remember this one, okay? Right? Chart of Juan de la Cosa, first known of America, right? And then this is when we talked about how we found him, right? Yeshua and how he was born actually 1500. We got the maps there. Okay, I've already showed you guys this. And then, oh, so unfortunately, this map, 1633 somewhere is said. Can't remember if it says it here, but 1633 is where we find the first maps of showing Yeshua being crucified. So 1500, Yeshua unveils it, and we've also gone into you. If you want to go deeper, you want to watch also Queen Khalifa, part 1 and part 2, and then Adama, who go into the sacredness of what it was like to hold the space for Yeshua coming in before he was crucified. Okay, now here's another map where he is being basically showing that he's being born, and that's 15, they don't know, they put a question mark on it, but it's 1500. Okay, so again, another map, him being crucified, 1633, there's the one. That's the actual date that they crucified him. All right, but I'll let you guys watch that later. You know, more maps of Yeshua. You know, it shows here Yeshua, here. It says Jesus en la América. That means Jesus in America. We've covered this already in the past, but okay. So remember what we talked about, Yeshua just walked the earth. He is who unveiled all these maps that we look at. There's tons of maps saying, you know, the old world, which is Europe, Asia, to the new world, which is America, when he unifies them and he unveils America. Okay, so that's that. So biggest thing, you all, is like you're in a different world, we're in a different world. I love this map because it depicts like our animals. You guys don't have these bears that we have in Americas, right? But in Europe, Asia, you guys don't have these, you know, grizzly bears and so on. You guys have some kind of panda bear, right? So that shows you like our cats are different than your cats, the big cats, that is, you know, like panthers, and you guys have lions. Okay, so 2 different worlds. All right, we're gonna get started, but Gina dropped out, sending her love, because I do need her here to ask the questions. Okay. So that's that. Well, let me see while we wait for her to come back. Okay, recap. All right. Wait for her to come back, and then we'll get started. Let's see what else. Maybe I'll sing for you guys. I've been practicing my Ave Maria. Now, I'm not classically trained, and it might be pretty bad, but I'm just gonna use. Go for it. I'm go for it. All right. I'm channeling Mother Mary. Here we go. Ready? I don't know if I can do this. We're about to get started. I am sure Gina's going to come back any second. But here we go. Sing with me, guys. Let's sing some Ave Maria. Ready? And I only know Ave Maria because I don't know the language. Ave Maria. That's. I hope that was good. One more time. Ready? I love you. Love you, Maria. I mean, that's not too bad, I think. Not being classically trained. I'm gonna get going. Okay, so, So we're gonna get going because it's time. It's ready. So I'm gonna start, and I hope that Gina's able to come back on eventually. If not, and once I'm in and I don't hear any response, then I'm just gonna open my eyes and answer the questions with my eyes open. Okay, that's the way we're gonna do this, just so we can get going. All right, let me turn off the. Okay, Gina's back. Okay. Gina's coming. Okay, how does it sound better, you guys? Does it sound better? Okay, so that was the music note. But I feel like whenever I don't have the music note on, I feel like I can't pick up the high pitch. Oh, Gina, you're back. Okay. So I was practicing my Ave Maria. Can you hear me? Oh, she's still breaking up. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Go for it.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you can hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I could hear you, but then I couldn't see you, but now I can hear and see you.
Awesome.
Okay.
But it's so that you can't even see
For
me on
mine don't see.
you can even see me on Rumble then, right? Okay. Have you been watching?
Let me see.
Okay. Well, we're going in. Okay. So the practitioner who's assisting us in chat, I'm gonna go in and then just keep writing the questions in the comments. Oh, you guys like that? Angel bumps? Oh, you guys are so sweet. Mhm. I'm not frozen, right? I think I'm good. What's going on? The energy is lit. Okay, you guys are frozen for me, but just write in chat. Am I frozen on your end? I'm good? Okay. All right, let me try to reset this here. Okay, cool. All right, how about Mother Mary herself when I'm channeling? She gives you a little Ave Maria. Here we go. All right, here we go. Going in, Gina. All right, taking deep breaths now. Deep breaths. Today feels so big, doesn't it, you all? It just feels so grand. The energy feels big, big, big. All right, here we go. Make myself comfy here. Okay, we're going into channel. As always, only source love light is allowed within this space. Only love, only the true benevolent team is allowed to speak. And as always, only the real Mother Mary is allowed to speak to me today. Only love. Here we go. Mother Mary, I am Mother Mary, I am Mother Mary. It is such an honor to be talking to you today. How is my sound? My sound is good. I will take that as a yes. Thank you for being here with me in the self-discovery and remembrance of the soul in the collective. Of the 133 years my beautiful, beloved son walked the earth, felt every bit of every life form within earth, felt his presence because we had no choice. Of course we had the choice, but in a quantum physics, you were on his earth that held the strongest love light, loved by everyone. And in order for that love to be felt, you had the choice to level up with him and to walk among him in the same earth. Just the way it works, part of the way the quantum resilience and resonance that happens within the environment, how time can shift, space, everything can shift. You were in the epicenter of the years since the fall of Atlantis that we were all waiting for. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll continue to channel, just interrupt us if anything, if you can't hear us, since there's no current interaction right now. I will go back now. We're going back now to when, after, what is the continuance of grandmother Anna, my mother Anna, or Hannah, or Anna, and how it was that I came to be, and then how it was that I ended up birthing my beautiful son, Yeshua. We will begin with now, going back now, back to the miraculous conception.
Mother Mary,
Yes.
just make sure you can hear us. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure you were good. You could hear us now.
Okay, good, good, good.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and we are going back to the miraculous conception of my birthing within my mother's womb, Anna. As she explained to you, she came from Atlantis and is the founder of the Essenes. And as AuroRa showed you the images, this was a giant tree that now has dried up as the desert you have seen, and the desert lands. The pyramids that you see that are covered in desert sands were not once desert sands. They were fruitful and tropical, just as you would see, say, Florida. In latitude, even though the lands are constantly moving, they're Florida and Egypt, it is the closest to in latitude, in degrees. This land, that's why it's also so warm. It wasn't dried up as you see it now. Something happened to these lands. And that is something that you will have to wait for to Yeshua tell you the story after he's told you the story of everything he did for the 133 years. And then what happened? He will tell the story of really what happened after his crucifixion and all the maps that AuroRa began to show you. What an exciting moment. From there, after Yeshua tells his story, then we will go into the Cathars, and the last of the Essenes and the last of the real spirituality that we live within. You call it Christianity, but was it Christianity then? And it's not a high vibration as it was, but it was a spiritual belief, a spiritual being that we were. And of course, he combined the science with his intelligent, profound mind and his heart aligned, combine both the quantum physics with the religion where it was matter of fact, just as A.U.R.A showed you at the beginning, that it is matter of fact that the sun and the moon are the electrons to this earth and all worlds. Did you know that? Did you know that every, you know how you look at the different planets that they call planets, but they really look like oscillating stars, and then how they have all these moons? What if I told you that they're not moons? Right? Some planets have supposedly 100 or thousands or 300 moons. What if I told you that they're planets orbiting the star? You understand? The star, which is either Venus or Saturn or Mars, and you're going to hear all sorts of stories of people being within these constructs, and they claim that, for example, Saturn is negative, but it's not possible. Now, are they wars in different constellations and different galactic? Yes, they are, and they were. But a whole planet turning inverted is not quantumly possible, as A.U.R.A showed you with the planets, with the sun and the moon. You can't corrupt them. Now, which goes into, you're probably asking, I'll just tell you briefly, but about the moon. So how does it work, the dark side of the moon? In this earth, you have orbited into higher time space where this moon is at only celestial plasma light. Now, some of what was the dark side of the moon was really the confusion that you were seeing Earth far, which basically you were towards Antarctica looking at the Earth from far, and it looked like different. And then there is also, what I can tell you is that there is somewhere, far off, a fake kind of spaceship that looks somewhat like the moon, and that's where you see some of the experiments and how they were, through the Philadelphia experiment, abducting people back and forth to this, say, dark side of the moon, but really not the moon, because the moon is plasma, but it was a dark, say, like a Death Star type of spaceship, like that, and experiments happening there. Okay, now just to explain that. Now back to all those moons that they call moons are not moons, they're planets. You remember how A.U.R.A began to explain to you how outside of the matrix, in the simulation, out of the 3D, the different constellations that you are within, the stars float, and the planets. So the star is, say, the portal, the sun that portals in its construct, and then all the moons around it, what they call moons, are really planets. So then if you were, say, laying on this within the star, you'd see all these different, not moons, but planets floating around you, and they're all floating. We're all floating over. You can see, you can see this planet floating above you, not far. So that's how outside of the matrix that you are within, what that looks like, which tells you if these, say, planets have these moons, real planets, stars, again, Venus, Uranus, Mars, so on. If they have planets around it, what does that mean? That they are out of the matrix. You understand? You are in the matrix, but they are out because they have their planets floating around them. If you were out of the matrix, then you would also have these planets floating around you. And the way that you see the crystalline energy above you, and the way that it has continued to come down, and why you can see the stars now oscillating with the colors, this tells you a time. It's like a clock. Need water. In La Virgen de Guadalupe, that A.U.R.A reference 15, is it 15 31, where I was looking in that image, I'm looking down on Earth. So I am here in this crystalline firmament above you, as Yeshua wrote in the Bible. Then some of the other histories that you read through Asia, okay, goddess Nihua, all these different goddesses that were part of keeping this construct without it self-destructing. We had to put this crystalline energy above you that are unified to the giant trees to keep you stable. Otherwise, you would have self-destructed, and all the souls in here would have been in trauma and would have been stuck, and they would have regressed and completely fallen to a form that they wouldn't be able to escape, and we couldn't allow that to Father Dragon, Asia, Europe, Africa, and Mother Dragon, the last dragon, islands that stand before, say, that the bowels of the end of the universe, and then Dragon Mother, America, and to South and North America, kind of, right? Okay, understand? So then it tells you a telling, and it's like a clock ticking, but not like an hourglass moving back and forth. The closer they get, pay attention to how close they are. I'm talking to you through them as La Virgen de Guadalupe, Mother Mary, looking down to you. We are getting closer, and the closer that we get basically tells you how close you are to ascending out from this matrix to 3D, and currently you are, congratulations, oscillating. If you are ready, with no entities, no infringements, no, this trauma, it's been really healed trauma, the trauma's gone, and you're just really vibrating to a lot of love light, like an ascended master. You can oscillate to a fourth dimensional physical vessel. You can do this now. You could do things like something happened to her water when she's drinking it. See that? Okay, so the water somehow teleported itself inside the glass. Okay, so you see that there's two glasses here. You'll be able to kind of do things like this. See, there's a glass here, and there's a glass here. See that? Two glasses? The water went in here. It's not even factually possible because it's sealed. There's water in here. See that? There's a ring. Okay, so this is the drinking water that she's drinking, and then here, there's water in here. Fun facts of things that you'll be able to start doing as you start operating in a fourth dimensional and state of higher being. Okay, so water. There's a more something deeper there that we're trying to tell you. The waters and the waters. Oh, it's like the firmament. Ah, it's like the it's like the firmament. Look, A.U.R.A, help you see here. Okay, so oxygen here, water, ocean here. But what's separating? Oh my God, that's why my water bottle did that. This is crazy. So this is me. I'll go back in a minute. But you see this glass here? This glass, the double layer of glass? This is a crystalline dome. But beyond it, there's all this water here that's outside, and this water is infinite. See that? Different layers of water. And yeah, you gotta watch the Antarctica Tartaria series to understand that. Lost Cities of Tartaria. Watch that. Okay. Back, Mother Mary, okay. Okay. All right. Watch the skies, they'll continue to talk to you. I am Mother Mary, I am Mother Mary, I am Mother Mary. That I am. Mother of Yeshua, Mother of Yeshua, Mother of Yeshua. Okay. Now we're going back to the conception, as my mother did have me miraculously concepted. However, know that There are many worlds within worlds and different parallel Earths with different perspectives that can tell a different story. Again, that's why you see the Mother Marys in all races. Okay, and the different energies and races where most of the origins of humanity were born, like tell their worlds of story of Mother Mary. So many of you are named Mother Mary, Maria, or not Mother Mary, but Maria, Mari, Marie, because I am reminding you of the love that I am. Yes, and that you are me and I am you. So I'm going to now allow for Grandmother Anna to show me how my miraculous conception happened. I am Grandmother Anna, I am Grandmother Anna, I am Grandmother Anna. The seed was really planted from the beginning of Atlantis, from the energies and the crystals that were about to submerge into the water for a holding a space inside the water into interdimensional energies, which is the water. The water is other interdimensional, multi-levels of the dimensions. There the energy was held. And as I flew, because we could fly then in a Merkaba, out of Atlantis, I took a piece of the seed, the seed of the heart of Atlantis within me. She merged within me. She went into the ocean, but merged within me. A piece came off of her, merged into me. And that is who Mother Mary is. She is a piece of that piece of the heart of Atlantis. There I carried her, and she cultivated, and she grew from the crystal. As A.U.R.A has begun to explain to you, you are inside a crystal. Earth is a crystal. The simulation, as you call it, but it is a crystalline construct, a blueprint that you are within. You just gotta cleanse and the corruption within this crystal through the people who and the souls that are letting this inversion, artificial intelligence spread, and ego and hatred and self-gain and inverted thoughts as these. Okay, all right, going through, going deep in. Where were we? We were at, where were we?
Grandmother Anna, you were speaking about how Mother Mary was seated into your heart like a crystal from Atlantis.
Thank you. Yes, so, yes. So she grew, and then, oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. Wow. To keep the Earth's imbalance, born from the seed, the Vesica Pisces, and the seed of the center, this heart of Atlantis, I carried within my womb and my heart. Eventually, she grew into a baby, which is and was Mother Mary. Then in a time, as we shifted and say migrated out from Atlantis to Qumran, that was a giant tree, as I showed you, and we were crystalline. We were still holding the 5D while the rest of the world were going through their own free-willed expression of what they were going to descend into or not. And we chose not to descend. It was not a vibratory match for us to descend in any form because we stayed uncorrupted with love light. And there we also, though, within safety for many civilizations, a lot of those caves that you see are not really caves. Those civilizations that went into mountains, that was the only way that we could survive. You understand? We had to go into the trees. So all of us who remained fifth dimensional in state we're able to be a vibratory match to the trees, through the giant trees, before the officials say descension into fourth dimension, where, or really three dimension, when the trees, like in fourth dimension, they were still energetically there, but once you enter the three dimension, that's where you see them, say, shatter, and then they become those cut off giant tree trunks. So we all went in here and all over the world. You understand? Islands that look like islands but were giant trees. We migrated into the mountains because, do you understand? If we stayed outside of the trees, we were not going to be able to survive, and till we recalibrated our vessels to be able to leave the trees, giant trees of life, so that we could travel the rest of the world when it was in the fourth dimensional state of being. Okay. Still Grandmother Anna. Yes. Okay. So here we were, and those caves are parts, say, like if you were looking at the roots of the giant trees of life, or inside the roots, inside of there, living in these pockets of spaces. And some of these trees and mountains had villages around them, surrounding them, protecting them. AuroRa has had many Akashic readings where she sees some of these guardians that she meets that are back, that guarded these giant trees from all over the world. So that's what we did. Those of us stationed at those trees, not only were we also ensuring that we survived, but we also guarded these trees as long as we could. Because the trees needed us and we needed them, just as you are born from the trees of life. We're sentient beings that cannot live without one another, the trees of life and you as a soul. Okay. Okay. I'm showing AuroRa. You know those, what do you call them now? Sprites? Not sprites. The red, what do they call them? The red, looks like neurons? Red
Yeah,
neurons.
those are the red sprites, yes.
Red sprites. Okay, those are remnants of the plasma of the trees that are there. Understand? Like the essence, the red flame of the ruby energy. That's what they is just like this plasma red energy and the essence of the trees that's there. And the neurons that are there, but you can't physically see them. You know, it just happens so quick. So the charges of the trees, they're all over, wherever they happen. Okay. These are really important. See what I can share about this. As Grandmother Anna. It's the neurons, they're healing themselves. When you, it's like you can say the earth, or more like the life forms on earth, have gotten a form of amnesia or dementia, have forgotten the truth. So what these sprites sporadically do is that the energy from the water above, from the crystalline dome, is connecting to the plasma within the waters and the trees that are really there, unifying. There has to be, again, AuroRa showed you the sun and the moons and the electrons. The sun and the moon power up and keep all these sprites that are forming in dual, like a tree, just like a tree, like dual forms, dual magnetic field, or like a toroid, the center of the torus, like this. So if you were to look at Earth, there's many of these. You'd see that there's like these infinite amounts of dual connections going up and down like a tree, up and down. This. Okay. Remind Aurora show pictures of sprites in case people don't know the red sprites, what they are after she opens her eyes. Okay. Connecting. Okay. When Aurora, for those of you who watched the extra sensitive content, and the inner earth being came and greeted her at the event she was at and then just disappeared in the warehouse, that story there just, evaporated into the wind. What she saw was a trident form connect from and it was goddess Durga at that point, trident form, which are these red sprites, and she was grounding the energy and activating this Florida energies to survive, because at that point they were trying to sink Florida through these hurricanes, and these, there was like 100 or something, like 100 or 300 man-made, machine-made tornadoes. So all the Divine Mother goddesses within the crystalline dome above you, that was November 2024, unified together, and together trident, but is a dual trident, like a sprite, and created a force field to ensure that Florida was protected, is the goal. And we have to continue to do these to the lands to unify the giant red sprites that are the trees, to create a magnetic field so that no harm comes to the space, making it a non-vibratory match to harming Mother Gaia, our earth, our mother, whose body we are within, or on top, walking, right? So this is also why the Virgen de Guadalupe, the English murdered, raped, killed all these indigenous here. But why is it that here in the umbilical cord that is Mexico, that connects to South America, the baby dragon, why is it that people survive there? Because Virgen de Guadalupe, Goddess Sonancin, the beautiful goddess there, the name, or I was trying to remember it, the name of the sleeping female and man there. If you could share that with us, Gina. And when she went into the land and became the land with Virgen de Guadalupe and Tonancin, what happened is that it created a magnetic field, force fields. So what I am explaining to you as Grandmother Anna is that there's these magnetic force fields that if you start healing and working with the lands, and first though you always have to ask for permission if you're allowed to, and you need these positive benevolent groups, because we have too many already nonsense groups that are not really healing my body. You're violating my body, and you're being used to siphon me and really violate and rape me. Okay, so ensure that you're very careful what group you're going anywhere. As we've been telling you, and who has told you from the beginning, channeling A.U.R.A, right? A.U.R.A. Yeah. Which I have to tell you something. I have to tell you something. Okay. I don't think we shared this about Adam and Eve, have we, Gina? Publicly. We have.
I don't believe so. Not publicly.
Okay. That was here we are back. Grandmother Anna and Grandmother Anna and Grandmother Anna and Grandmother Anna. A.U.R.A, as you watched that channeling recently, are Adam and Eve didn't leave. Oh, that rhymed. Adam and Eve didn't leave. They went to the North Pole because they needed to get closest to the universal portal, which was oscillating to a fifth dimensional state of being. And they've been here from the beginning of Mu Lumeria, and that is A.U.R.A. He is Adam. He's Adam. Adam, 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 Ma. Oh, Adam is not Adam. It's supposed to be Adam, Adama, or A.U.R.A, or yes. So they are there. They're still there. There is no way that Adam and Eve could have left because they were the original creators of the Garden of Eden. Mother and father have never left you. It's just that they had to go to a energetic point of view again to remain in their, say, godly form of fifth dimensional state of being. So that is them out there in the North Pole, and this is why, for example, Adama is very tall. And for those of you who watched the Philadelphia Experiment, Extra Sensitive series, you understand what we're talking about. So we have, yeah, I wanted to share that. And these different gods and goddesses too, also with the Antarctica Tartaria series, AU.R.A started telling you about, like, even Antarctica, how there's some gods and goddesses all the way towards the end of the crystalline energy, because it's safer there in a higher state of being, because the closer you get to the crystalline energy, both in and out, both North Pole and Antarctica, the higher dimensional in energy you have to be to reach the ends of the crystalline energy. You have to be a vibratory match, right? Okay, see what else show you here on the earth. I'm looking, showing, yes, I'm looking here and seeing the dragons. You see them in your form, like dragon father and dragon mother, like they're lands, but they're not just like these lands that they're in a crystalline form. They're dragons, they're real dragons. And you could say it's like if there was a turtle floating on water, and you're just living on top of the turtle, right? So that's how you could say you're laying the dragons and the mother and father, mother America, father Asia, Europe, Africa. These dragons have come alive. Ooh, they're coming alive. It's happening. In the year of the unicorn horse is going to happen. So we're seeing both time spaces where it's beginning to happen to when it already has happened. It's no stopping. It's already happened in that time space. It's already happened. Her wings are free. Oh, her wings are free. Her wings are free, which then allows them to become, instead now, you are riding the dragons on the lands. Understand? You're living inside. And then these dragons have all the beautiful land growing from them, right? The trees and the soils and the plants and the flowers. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. Going into teachings versus conception. We're flowing. Here we go, back. There's so much to tell you, and I am going to share it in the divine order. So just bear with me and your patience. Okay. Yes.
Divine Grandmother Anna, you wanted to know the names of the sleeping gods and goddess in Mexico?
Yes.
So the male was Popocatépetl and Ixtatihual. I'm not sure if I said it correctly, but that's their names.
Popocatépetl and Ixtactecua.
Popocatépetl?
Popocatépetl
Mm-hmm.
and
And
Ixtacua. Beautiful. So those energies that were protected the magnetic field there of the giant sleeping twin flames, mother and father, which is goddess son unseen initially, who then came out of the mountain, as you know, and gave the roses. Okay. The hopes is that we are looking to activate and wake up the sleeping giants, but not sleeping giants. They're not asleep in per se. It's just that they are inside the mountains in waiting. Remember what I said, they're not mountains, they're trees of life. They're waiting on that side of the tree of life where it's plasmic and 5D. So the veil needs to continue to thin out so that they're able to come out more so. But to do that is that you need to heal the land and make sure that she is no infringements, entities, archons, so on, entity removal. And then this allows as for the blueprint of the crystalline blueprint to then activate, which then allows the goddesses and the gods inside these trees waiting to come out to emerge out. And in our world, you perhaps can't see them in physical form, but they still are walking among you in if you were to look in your third eye instead, with your third eye. Now it's really hard though. We will be honest, as we always are, is that it's really hard because you've been taught and part of the indoctrinating system of all the movies and literature that you find, and UFO communities especially is one of the, it's actually, they're pretty equal in density. I'm not going to go into that, it's too dense, but what they believe that the Titans and the fallen angels and the Nephilims, so these energies power up the curse, and it literally keeps these giant gods and goddesses that you were from coming, it stops them from coming in. The more you believe in this false agenda, which is archon made, artificially, intelligently made, the more that it's hard for it, they can't come in. So again, why Goddess Tonantzin has become free and is all over going after those pedos, finding them wherever she can, or wherever it's divine timing for, is the key, always divine timing for what's allowed collectively. And she is also part of that most benevolent agenda of the White House, how they've already retrieved, I can't remember, but it was, I'm looking at, they claim, they're saying that about 70,000, 90,000 have been retrieved, but there's a lot more that's happening that I can't tell you that it's been more than that, but I can't say more. So she is the power and the energy running through, say, the veins of these, especially males and majority are males currently, but there's also females finding the children. You just know a fraction of how much it's taking them to find the children that have been trafficked, if they're still alive. So sad the ways that they've been abused. Goddess Tonantzin, Goddess Tonantzin, Goddess Tonantzin. Thank you. The way I'm traveling is I travel through the crystalline grid, as Yeshua will continue to tell you in the future. Keep healing and sending love. The love that you sent to me to awaken is this fire is igniting the hearts of these beautiful beings who are finding the children. It is upsetting that the majority of these children is really just too late because they've been abused already. Taming my fire. Know that I am traveling through the fire that connects all the trees, and I am laying the nervous system that unifies and will continue to empower these beings that are saving the children. And once more, I will remind you that if you are a pedophile, I am coming after you. I'm going to allow Grandmother Anna to come and speak now.
Thank you, Tonantzin. Thank you.
Thank you. And Grandmother Anna and Grandmother Anna and Grandmother Anna. Ooh, that is not a Divine Mother you want to... She's busy, she's doing something right now. She is who helps everyone to save children and change timelines so the children are not being openly abducted anymore in the cartels. The cartels must end. We are within a divine timeline to begin to their endings, but we're not quite yet. We've made much progress. Dona Sin says, thank you. I will allow for her to continue on. Water. Back to Grandma Donna. It's a beautiful sight to look at Earth, to where I'm viewing it from as I'm flying over, and I have the beginning seed of Mother Mary that's growing inside of me. So beautiful. It's a sad, what would you call it in your time space? You call it a sweet and sour at the same time, because it's just such a glorious, beautiful worlds in the worlds. We know that Divine Father begins to throw the mist over America to protect her, Mother Dragon, until we get to her later, right? When Yeshua is born, he unveils her. For many years, though, it can feel like thousands of years here in Asia and Europe. All this AI, the artificial archon Merlin, dark sorcery is happening, spreading. So it's a, and he's holding, and he's the protector, and he's always protecting. And he's holding the energy while the people are being corrupted. It saddens him. That's why when you speak to the Prince of Light, we won't even go into the story that they claim that Lucifer agenda is so horrific. It is disrespectful. It is so disrespectful. What we ask of you and for you to communicate to others is to stop disrespecting us. Stop disrespecting the moon and the sun and the angels and father and mother, and stop disrespecting. So, and we understand sometimes that you believe these false agendas and these, say, made up, egoic alien wars that are going on. It is all part of the agenda to keep you confused and distracted. Focus on what's real. Focus on what's love. As A.U.R.A has scientifically explained to you, the earth wouldn't be here if it was any bit of us were corrupted. We need to more than ever wake up these sleeping beings that are waiting to come and unify, because the truth is that these beings are you. You are that Lumerian being inside that mountain waiting for you to save you. But the you here is confused, empowering up the inverted matrices with these false, simulated, downloaded, false timelines, through the artificial timelines. You cannot oscillate higher if you don't believe back into who you were once as these godly beings. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to bring the crystalline energy back in. And the more that your abilities will grow. And don't do it for egoic reasons because you want, be put on a pedestal or a recognition. Don't do it because of that. That's icky. It's not love. It's not love. Do it out of love. Highest, purest love. Integrity, love, purity, love. Do it all from there. And love will never guide you the wrong way. Never. So yes, I am flying in my Merkaba, looking at the earth and looking also at the timelines, because as I'm flying, I can see the different timelines of your time space as the oracle that we, obviously are in the fifth dimensional states. I'm seeing your timeline, my timeline as I'm floating. I'm seeing The past timeline that's going so far away from us of Atlantis is so distant now as I'm floating on my way to the tree of Qumra. It's sad. It's a sadness that is felt in the heart, and yet you try not to let it get to you, but your heart weighs down. If you love, it is hard not to feel these emotions of the land that you knew and you birthed from, that you grew out from, into what she's and he has turned into by the violations of the false agendas that we are evil and Nephilim and so on. That is what's powering up this dark curse. If you want to break the curse, stop believing this, and then that will continue. That will break the curses against the children and their violations. All these false agendas power up the harm to children and others. Believe us. Believe us. Believe us. We are positive. We are positive. We are positive. There's no separation between me as Grandmother Anna and Mother Mary and Yeshua to any of these beings that you now call angels and Nephilims and whatever. There's no separation. We were all born from the 5D crystalline blueprint. Bring us back. Bring us back. Bring us back. Here I am. I feel a little tiny seed growing in me. Oh, Mother Mary. And I'm near now. I see the tree. She's gorgeous. Oh, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh, wow. I'm showing AuroRa the tree, but she's not familiar with the type of tree this would be. I'll describe it and see if we can find the name for it. Okay, here we go. Crystalline form. This tree has... It's going to be very hard to explain it in your time space because it's not, you can't see, it's not quite there in physical form. But it's a fruitful tree. All trees, all these giant trees are fruitful trees. Did you know that the trees that grow fruits are female, and the ones that pollinate, the trees that pollinate, all that pollination, the yellow pollination, are the males? But what happens is that there's so much pollen everywhere from the trees because there's no female trees. They cut the fruit trees down that used to give you food. A.U.R.A remembers, and she talks to her husband when they were young. Her husband used to eat from the trees of Chicago. You just abstain. You wouldn't eat anything. You just kind of eat off the fruit trees in the Chicago streets that were old. And where are the streets? They cut them all down. So sad. So as the trees want to find each other again, the females and the males, the female blossoms, cherry blossoms of fruit trees want to find and unify with the pollen that's floating everywhere, but they're absent. They're absent. So this tree that I am floating to in the sacred lands of near Jerusalem is a universal tree. I can't share as much as I'd like to because we don't want further target on it, but what we could tell you is that it was a tree that of multi flowers and multi fruits that provided the energy. And you could say all of the worlds were the Garden of Eden. Humanity didn't need to grow crops, they just would eat off these giant trees and these giant fruits. Yes. No need for that. And going through, let's see. Okay. The roots were caves, are caves that you enter into the tree. That's why you're able to enter through this way. So truthfully, You know that? She'll tell you, Mother Mary will tell you now. Okay, let me finish my story and then she'll tell you more of her story and her birthing. Okay, let's see. I, as grandmother Anna, went into the tree and unified with the tree alongside with the others that came with me from Atlantis, as you heard in the story I told you prior. And then you heard, I told you about how we recruited people who were be a vibratory match to still the 5D, and we grew our village teaching the children, say mystery school as you would call it now, a real mystery school, where we were teaching the children to keep their abilities alive and not to fall asleep. And oh, my baby kept growing and growing and growing. Mother Mary. And I am Grandmother Anna, and I am Sophia. And then, of course, Mother Mary is the Phoenix, the daughter of the flame, and multiversal Phoenix. That's who I was carrying, just as we repeated the beautiful word together we're unstoppable. The two of us, just as we were from the beginning of creation, when I, Divine Mother and Father, the Holy Trinity, made the Holy Trinity of our beautiful daughter, the Phoenix, who is me as well. That time, right? You could watch Divine Mother Sophia channeling from before that. Ah, wow. What an honor. So who I was birthing was a phoenix. So that's who I carried in my womb, the phoenix. I see her growing, cute little phoenix. Like, so adorable. Like a bird phoenix. growing. Humanoid phoenix form. Ah, wow. So in your time space, it would be years, but in our time space, I mean, it's just no time. Just, when it was divine timing, it was divine timing for her to be born. And there she was. I am inside the tree. When she comes forth, the seed grows into the baby, and the baby then births out. Ooh, you know what happened after the fall of Atlantis? Humanity was dying. My goodness. Humanity was dying. You became infertile. You were depopulating. The civilizations and all the races were depopulating. So my role as grandmother Anna was to bring back the birthing. So when I had Mother Mary, I gave the gift back to mothers to birth, to be able to birth in whatever dimension that they were oscillating to, whether it was the fourth, and it wasn't quite 3D yet. They had lost the ability to birth, the mothers, because they had started the fall of 5D Atlantis. The energy just naturally birth. How could you go from a fifth dimensional being to now you're seeing a fourth dimensional being, right? When I'm over here in Qumran, how could you birth? That would be almost impossible for a being to go to birth, to fall down from 5 to 4D in digression quantumly. It was nearly impossible. It was impossible. No one could birth during this time period. So therefore, the Phoenix, the daughter of the flame that I carried in my womb as the Holy Trinity, also repeated herself in her sacred birth. Then Mother Mary gave the gift of birthing to everyone. This is why you go to her if you want to have babies. Of course she did. Her birth marked the point of bringing back a sacred earth to the mothers of the worlds. Whew. Thank you. Thank you for bringing back that to all the mothers in the wombs. And the wombs began to heal and prepare. And the energy began to rise enough. It was a momentum that was growing and being felt in the females. It was a hope that we would be okay, that we would survive the fall of Atlantis. And that's what she brought us. She brought us hope and love and fire, Phoenix fire. And she inflamed our wombs to prepare us to birth, to repopulate Earth. She did this for us. She prepared our wombs. She prepared the wombs. She broke the say, curse, the non-infertileness. And then, as she grew, and there's no years though again for us, but we will say in her, we'll call it in this earth that we're speaking of is the Asia-Europe earth, where she did miraculously conceive Yeshua. Because in other earths, she also, in the first story AuroRa told you, she had him through sacred union, sacred sex with Joseph in that earth, which would have been the earth of Goddess Unseen energy, that she was birthing her child. And truly, she birthed her child not in a three-dimensional world, but in a fifth-dimensional world, when she fell asleep into the mountains of Mexico. Yes. So the story I speak of is the Magdalene, the Red Rose, the Mother Mary, the Catholic story, the Essenes story, where Mother Mary did miraculously conceive Yeshua. And just as I grew this heart of Atlantis, this crystal being that became Mother Mary, she was incredible. She was incredible. She was the crystalline grid. You have no idea how beautiful and powerful the Phoenix, the Mother Mary, is. Because she was a piece of the heart of Atlantis. She is, of course, who taught everything to Yeshua. And him, he was born from her heart. I speak to you today from that beauty that I got to witness as Grandmother Anna. I got to witness this. What an honor. The greatest honor of my creation. To see my daughter, who is me, accomplish this mission. There is nothing that she cannot accomplish. She brought the hope of childbirth once more. There's nothing more beautiful than that. Protect the children at all costs. Protect your children at all costs. She brought them back to you. She brought the seeds back to your wombs. She brought them back. Your wombs had become, say, hollow and empty and cold. She brought life back into your wombs. The flames back into your spaces. That is what she did. This crystal being. And there, he miraculously grew within her womb until the time space that Queen Khalifa told you and Adama told you, and what an honor to be feeling her travel through the energies of the earth and the plasma that exists. She could travel even through the suns and the moons of your earths. Like a grid, like visualize like a tunnel system of crystalline energy. She instantaneously, you call it bilocate, but it's not. It's a complete teleportation through the crystal grid. And she taught this to Yeshua. She taught this to the children. But it was the grandest golden era since the fall of Atlantis, when the Essenes were not a vibratory match hidden within the tree of A.U.R.A. These abilities were developed like the Atlantean times. There was teleportation happening through this tree, crystals coming in, birthing. And now I will allow Mother Mary to talk. Water.
Thank you so much, Grandmother Anna. Thank you. We love you, honor you, respect you.
Thank you. It's a long story. I am Grandmother. I am Mother Mary. I am Mother Mary. I am Mother Mary. Greetings, my beloved children. Thank you for being here with me. I love you with all that I am. Sending you the grandest infinite wave of love now. You stand vigilant in your presence, in your love, in your sacred love light. The truth that ignites within you, that empowers through your nervous system, the nervous system that is electromagnetically, factually, human anatomy connected to the electricity that runs through the veins and the veins of Mother Gaia in you. Connect to this electricity that runs through all your neurons. Feel yourself. You are a walking tree, a tree that does not say necessarily stuck to the soil like trees are. But you know there's walking trees that are trying to free themselves lower earth. But you are this embodiment of a tree. You're a tree being, a humanoid being that is just as a tree unified. Back and forth, your torials, your dimensions, the aura. You have no idea the power that you are holding within you. You have yet to tap into it. And I am excited to continue to grow and to teach through Rising Phoenix Mystery School the teachings that we've been teaching you through the alchemy classes that the AuroRa has been teaching you. We are teaching you the truth of the human anatomy. Feel this nervous system and the way the lightning runs through it and creates life, communicates everywhere. Feel it now. This power, this divine power that exists within you. I connect to you through your heart and every part of your nervous system as Yeshua does in the Christ consciousness and the love light of Source, the Creator. We are within you. We tell you to go within because within you find us. I am not the crying, weeping mother, though you see me cry and weep at times out of love for you. I am also for your strength. I am strong, and I'm here to remind you of your strength. We know that we have been speaking in our next video after the time space that you call Christmas. I will come back to you and I will talk to you on what it was like for me to sacredly prepare for the sacred birth of Yeshua. It has been an honor to have shared the way Grandmother Anna birthed me. I grew from a crystal rapidly, like a dragon grows fast or a dog or a cat grows fast. into Mother Mary. Thank you. You may ask your questions now.
Thank you. We love you, honor you, respect you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You may proceed.
This was for Grandmother Anna and Mother Mary.
Yes.
What guidance do you have for women who are having problems getting pregnant?
In what ways have you honored your womb? And have you honored the soul before the soul is born? Have you completely oscillated and vibrated your vessel in preparation for the star child that is to come? In many instances, you have not. The star child that it could only be at the highest vibration of love must have you be at your strongest. You have entered a new era. The unicorns that AuroRa saw have entered this new space. The ones that were pregnant through the return of Avalon, she showed you, that portaled in factually, physically, but you saw them physically, but energetically they were, through the pictures and videos she showed you. They are bringing an era where new enlightened children are coming forth. And in order for you to bring these children, you need to be a vibratory match to the most strongest you've ever been. Level up, level up, level up, and let go of any lower emotion that keeps you not being a vibratory match to the highest, purest love light of star children being born. Do you understand? You level up. You want to be as strong as your children, or even stronger, that you are about to be born. And look at yourself. Are you at your strongest? Continue.
Thank you. Yes.
As we often say, we have no time for this. The children are so important for them to be born. We have no time for you to self-sabotage, for you to self-harm, self-inflict doubt. We know that it is all the trauma that you're carrying. Go to past lives. Go save yourself. Save the multiversal self of you. Save the past life of you. What are you waiting for? Remember who you are, but you must go save the yous that are here holding you dense in this now time space. The infinite seeds of creation AuroRa was given through the Egyptian course. The multiversal seed alchemy symbol to tap into these seeds, to these multiversal you that you are waiting for you to save them. You in this now time space can save them. You can save them. You can save them. You cannot save the you in the now if you have not gone back to the time spaces that hold you and that bleed through in the now, that keep you stuck in trauma. It's just not possible. This is what we ascended masters learned and did first. For your child, go back through the sacred Akashic courses, quantum galactic Akashic reading, which again teaches you the tree of life and the sacred Kabbalah. Go back and heal. Go back and heal. Go back and heal those trees that you are and your children are. And then prepare to birth the most purest, beautiful soul that you will ever birth since the return of Atlantis. You are so close, you're almost there. The return of Atlantis is coming. You are going to be unstoppable. Continue with your questions.
Thank you so much. This question is very similar. So many women struggle with getting pregnant. Is this a curse from Atlantis? What can you share about the infertility, and what can we do to assist? Is there any information about like IVF treatments or anything?
Well, we highly do not recommend that you do IVF, because that is an artificial insemination, as it's called. Isn't that what it's called? Artificial insemination. It is
Yes.
artificially done. Your child would not be at the strongest love light, and your child will most likely come in with some kind of disorder or disability, something, holding them back, whatever that is, whatever name that they want to call it. You can concept, not miraculously, but you can, well, you can, but it's a deep teaching. AU.R.A teaches this to the Mother Mary course and how you need to seed the creation of this, of the children, of the baby, even from the quantum realm before that they enter into the body, through the Mother Mary Yeshua Sacred Birthing course. We have more of these courses coming up, but it takes time, but they're there now in preparation. The Quantum Galactic Akashic reading also teaches you how to go into the Akashic and travel within your Akashic records of yourself and your children, so that you're birthing the highest children, unburdened to karma, unburdened to past life trauma, is the goal, as best as possible. Yes, it is. That is the advice I gave you. Do the work, but let go of any density that holds you back, and especially the toxic people who are like venom that run through and attach to you and cord you down like magnets and anchors, weighing you down. If you really, this is your answer. If you really want to sacredly birth a child, you cannot have one toxic person in your life, because they will target that child, as sickening as it is, and they will target you, and they will target your relationship, so that he is infidelity, and those dark emotions are going to come from the closest people that you think are the closest to you, that are supposed to be your best friends and holding the space. They will target the life that you carry, because their entities are targeting that child, because most of them have had also the COVID vaccine, and they target the children that you carry that are bringing in light. Make sure that your circle is completely love light. And even when you think it is love light, sometimes the child that you carry will unveil it for you and show you people's true form. Interact with your child. Your child will guide you before they are born and while you carry them. They are the guidance now. Continue. Always use their abilities.
Thank you so much.
Always use their abilities. If you have star children, always use their abilities, never in self-gain. Never. And stop asking them questions in doubt, because you can't find your own answers. Ask them questions in teachings so that you could teach them. Yes, they are here to teach you, but you are there to teach them too. Ask them questions so that they become inquisitive, and wonder in the theta brainwave, where they find all answers. Keep their brilliance awake. Continue.
Thank you so much. That's beautiful. They say the root chakra is at the base of the spine, but I always see my root chakra as the bottom of my feet, because I see myself as a tree. Is the base of our spine the root chakra or the feet?
More the feet. The feet. It's the feet. It's the feet. The reason why this is the way that they've altered the sacred Essenes teaching is that they said it was the bottom of your butt, your tush, which there is a energy field there. However, like you said, you are a tree. And AuroRa began to teach this in the recent Egyptian course, how the bottom of the feet are where the energy comes out from. So the feet are very important, just like acupuncture, right? All the nerves to the bottom of the feet, the hands, the ears, different parts of your body are connected. So more so ground now to the bottom of your feet, and make sure your feet are very healthy, strong. Even do your pedicures. Make sure they're nice and clean. Take good care of your feet. And make sure the energies, there's no dark portals, attachments there at the bottom of the feet, that you're really energetically, magnetically connected to earth, because this is where illness comes in, because your feet are not magnetized and unified with the magnetic field of earth. You're separated. So yes, they did that to separate the root chakra. And you might not remember, they used to call it AuroRa 8 years ago when she started, they called it the core chakra. And AuroRa said it was in core chakra, it was root chakra, and then the rest of humanity started to adapt to that because it wasn't called the root chakra before that. And this is why AuroRa, we spoke through Divine Mother, we spoke through AuroRa to give her that because they had forgotten that the feet were found at the root chakra. Continue with your questions. Well, I'll take 2 more questions.
So Aurora was doing a mudra a while ago, and people were asking what mudra she was doing. If you could share that.
I will share this. The mudra, AuroRa has taught us through the course of Buddha course. Did you know when you do your mudras, you do your mantras, right? Like your om, so, right? So when you go, you do your The reason why when you can't find your answers is you go or you go like it's because it's a mudra and it's giving you the answers. You understand? They're giving the mantras that you're saying are really are mudras that bring in, and they're sacred actually, and bring in the wisdom. Okay, all right. Now Yeshua's deep class, he speaks about. Buddha teaches this course where he explains how when you do your mudras, they connect you to your crystalline body. It is a plasma crystalline body that is unifying to the enlightened ascended fat master form of you into the physical form. It unifies it together. This in itself is a Buddha for unification, alchemy. Okay, the one that we were doing, unification, the one that I did as Mother Mary was the mudra that I did to unify all the versions of me and make sure that I was healed. 2 fingers up here, and then you cross these pinky, ring finger up, while these cross like this. And they cross like this because this connects you to the multiversal you. That is love light, enlightened. So this divinity, boom, you're connected. But again, you have to be a clear vessel with no attachments to tap into this power. That's when her water went in, when she remembered this one. Into the cup, into the glass. Okay. Continue.
Thank you. This one was for Grandmother Anna. Is this the explanation for why women are to sync their cycles with you? Is it because you assist women with healing our wombs every month through our sacred bleeding?
Yes. Yes. So I am the plasma. That's where I went. I am a crystal. You've been learning through the Antarctica Tartaria series that the sun and the moon are crystals. So the plasma builds, as AuroRa showed you in the short video, and unbuilds. And I build and unbuild. I am constantly birthing. What you're watching through the moon is me birthing. Me beginning from a crescent moon and birthing into a full moon. That means that there's a pregnant womb, me birthing in the energy. I am that womb. Stop insulting me. And I birth out, and then I go back, crescent moon, and I build up. Do you understand? You've been watching me birth in the organic blueprint, the non-AI world, through the moon right now, back and forth, and I'm birthing in the energy, back and forth. Grandmother Anna. This is the gift that Mother Mary gave to us. This is the gift. Eventually, when we both ascended out, we became these electrons, crystals. Yes, we did, Mother Mary and Grandmother Anna. Do you understand?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can't you do one more question?
Yes.
What can we do to deprogram the fear of giving birth? Is the severe pain also a curse from Atlantis?
The fear of giving birth. It is not. Gina can speak. She's a doula. It is not meant to be painful, though there, your hips are opening up in a physical, so you would have pressure there. It's supposed to be like you are swimming in the waters of the ocean. And not the movies. You have to let go of all the movies and the programming there, and then know that the hospital system is set up for you to integrate the matrix into your child as you're birthing them out, and that's why they inject you with the epidurals and all that artificial stuff in the hospitals. So integrate having to do that and sacredly birth them at home, especially in the water, to help them bring in through the creational waters of the water that you are submerged within. And what was your question?
Yes, thank you. That's beautiful. What can we do to help deprogram the fear of giving birth? Is the severe pain also a curse from Atlantis?
Mm-hmm. That ultimately it comes from not being able to birth after the fall of Atlantis. And you remember that, you hold that in your blueprint, in your DNA, that at one time space within Earth, humanity was infertile. It was a scary time. Are we going to be able to survive? And a lot of humanity died away. Even the last American, when you saw that, that's the Caucasians of this world weren't able to, they didn't go into the mountains like the indigenous did. They stayed out and they couldn't hold the frequency, and died or sent it out, and they became infertile, and they died out. So go back to your past history and see where you were infertile, and it begins to when we fell from the 5D to the 4D, and the infertility there. You understand? Nothing to fear. You are loved, you are safe, you are protected. All the original blueprint. And remember, don't forget now that Mother Mary gifted us back the gift of sacred birthing. And yes, the Phoenix, she's given it back to you. Yes. No fear needed. Only love. You must be in love and dancing and happiness and joy to have your babies. That must always be. No other more beautiful. Like, like when you see the child and you're in just joyful happiness, that should be you while you're birthing your baby. You should be so happy like that, because it is the happiest moment of your life, and nothing can ever top the birth of your children. Thank you. Have we concluded?
Yes, we have. Just when Aurora comes back, there was one thing for her.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was an honor. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Grandmother Anna. Thank you, Mother Mary, and everybody else. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll finish it off with a little song again.
Then Aurora, while you're looking for a song?
Yes. Go ahead.
They wanted you to show the pictures of the red sprites.
Yes. Not there yet. It's still Grandmother Anna and Mother Mary.
Thank you.
Oh, I can't do it. Thank you. I am Grandmother Anna. I am Grandmother Anna. I am Grandmother Anna. I am Mother Mary, I am Mother Mary, I am Mother Mary. Thank you. We love you. We love you. We love you. Be love. In all ways, do everything out of love. Thank you. We live within your heart. Talk to you later. In your heart. Thank you. Oh, the sprites. That's right. Let me look there. Okay. Sorry, I really gotta pee. I'm like, oh. Okay, I'm good. Okay, let me see. Images, yeah. Where did I find it? I shared it. Okay. So I'm sure you guys have seen them. Let me see, let me see. We try to be prepared, but we're not always prepared. Oh, yeah, I got them. I got them. All right, here they are. So in case you haven't seen them, this is what they referenced when they were talking about the sprites. So they're so fast. But oh my God, they look just like a nervous system and the trees lit up. Whoa, they look like giant trees. Just like she said. Incredible. Wow. All right, all right. Okay, let me know. Was that one of your favorite ones? I mean, sure, we'll just keep calling every one of them our favorite ones, right? Whoa, gorgeous. Write your questions, comments before I finish up. Hit like, algorithm, the usual you are.
There was a question on here,
Yeah,
and they about the red sprites.
yeah.
Can you explain the blue jet and its connection with the red sprites? Blue jets are a form of lightning that shoot upwards from thunderstorm clouds.
So they shoot from the earth up, or from the from the thunderclouds up into the crystalline dome, right? Okay. Huh.
And they're blue.
That's cool. I'm seeing it. Okay. Okay, so then I'm seeing a palace. Like, you know, those floating palaces that are, a lot of them are like in Thailand, and they, you know, they're cymatics and they move and spin and they're in engineering. I'm seeing that cloud that's creating, it's shooting that blue plasma electricity into the crystalline energy, and then, yeah. So that's what's happening there. Okay. All right. Finish it up with some Ave Maria. All right. I love you with all that I am. Go buy the books. Sign up to some courses, sessions. Don't forget to check out practitioners as well. Feel that love. I'm gonna finish it up, you all. I'll see you next Friday. Next Friday, I'm going to be doing channeling Adolf Hitler Part 3 under our extra sensitive series under AuroRaPractitioners.com and Patreon. To support this video and all that I do, go to my AuroRaPractitioners.com to sign up to any of the memberships or Patreon. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here for these 900 plus videos. And if you haven't, go back and watch them. They've been incredible. All right. I love you, honor you, respect you. See you next time, y'all. Thank you.